Hi, my name is Tom McKay. I play Henry of in Come Deliverance 2, which is technically my second video game because I played the same character in KCD1, and my other work is generally involved in TV and theatre.
Okay, so you play Henry in Kingdom Come 2. What was it like reprising the role after so many years?
It was literally like putting on your favourite set of clothes that fit you perfectly. I was amazed how quickly I was able to slot back into the role, how the voice came back, because his accent is slightly different to mine, which some people can't really hear, but most British people could hear it. And it just came back super fast, and it was like meeting an old friend. It was really lovely.
When preparing for the role, were you given any sort of prep work, just something to get into the mindset of the performance?
Well, in terms of building the character, Warhorse are amazing at historical accuracy, so they did all the work to making the world feel real and for making it super accurate. In terms of the character, that really comes out of the script, and it's such a beautifully written script. So we did do a full day kind of workshop audition type thing before I got the role, and we built a lot of the character elements there. But then by the time we got to shooting the first scenes of performance capture for KTD, it was kind of all done. The character was there and kind of in my bones, and he's been in my bones ever since. So.
What's it like doing something, say, combat in a video game versus something more mundane, like you're working at, say, blacksmithing?
Do you mean from a performance perspective?
Yes.
Do you know what? I find all the elements really interesting and challenging in different ways. So the more dramatic scenes and the scenes that involve combat and all that sort of stuff are obviously more heightened and dramatic. But the gentler scenes of like doing blacksmithery or even like herb picking and all that sort of stuff, making potions, I really love that too. And I think that's a lot of people respond to like the calm and sort of peacefulness of the game and the world. So yes, you need those dramatic elements and all that stuff, but you also need the sort of taking the world in and walking around, just letting it kind of soak into your skin. And performance-wise, I feel the same. I enjoy both of those things for both of those reasons.
So I ask many questions, but one of my favorite that I'm starting to do is asking about the dying part of the game.
Right.
Do you have a favorite death that you did, and could you tell people a bit about the behind-the-scenes process on dying?
Well, he doesn't die in any of the cutscenes.
I'm talking about like you're, playing around, you get stabbed, you get attacked.
Yeah, but so the thing is with that, and when Henry dies, you only ever do that in voiceover. You don't do it in performance capture. So performance capture is only in the cutscenes. So I've never sort of fully acted out the death scene because they don't happen in those ways. Most of the deaths end up being like vocal sighs or screams, so they're. Yeah, what can I say about them? They're not so different actually even though it's such a monumental part of his life, the end of it. They don't feel that different to like the ongoing combat or the other emotional scenes, but they're all super fun to play.
Is there a moment, whether that's in the dialogue or behind the scenes, that really sticks out to you?
All the stuff with the family is my favourite stuff. It's such the kind of emotional part of Henry's story. That he's someone that is acting out like revenge and trauma, essentially. So that is really kind of like the engine of his story and drives what he does and why he does it. So that's the kind of thing that resonates most with me.
I'm assuming this is a role you'll probably continue with. Should it continue down the road in DLC or as a third one?
We're doing the DLCs now, so yeah, I'm continuing with it right now, which is my pleasure. I wouldn't want to say goodbye to this character because I absolutely love him. So carrying on with the DLCs for now is just fantastic.
What's it like to see yourself as a video game character?
That's a good question. It's not as weird as you might think, actually, because I think you're quite used to watching yourself on TV and that sort of stuff. So seeing myself as a video game character is not that weird. Playing it is a bit weird, like sort of making choices. And obviously, I know the narrative of the character really well. But I don't always remember the exact consequences of decisions because it's so enormous. So I can't remember those details. So that's a bit weirder and probably more fun. Certainly more fun than watching yourself on TV.
Okay. Do you tell us a bit about the difference between the mediums as far as like your role doing something in TV versus doing something in a game?
Well, the heart of a performance is in between all the media is kind of the same, which is just looking someone in the eye, making truthful decisions, making it the best it can be. In terms of the technical side of it differs massively because in gaming you have like an HMC, a head-mounted camera, which is like a big piece of equipment with the camera looking back at your face. And you're in a head-to-toe lycra bodysuit, all of that is very different. There's no set scenery around you. So in that way, it's a bit more like theatre. But the technical elements of all of them are very different, but the heart of it, which is just telling a truthful story and being honest with your character, is exactly the same.
All right. Lastly, I'd like to leave a spot for you to just say anything or go over anything I might have missed in the interview.
Not to, the only thing I would say is just thank you to all the fans. We have the most amazing network of fans who support us with such positivity and love. And we see you, we know you're there, and it means the world to us. So thank you for your support.